Hi, this is Terry. Welcome back to my channel. We're recording the second video of the week today on Monday, January 25th, but it should be coming out on Saturday. And hopefully by the time this comes out, I will have heard that Finn and Zeke had a fabulous time in Tahoe. Hopefully with California opening up a little bit, they will have really enjoyed their time away. And I will have enjoyed my time alone with the dog and the cats and, you know, everything else. As I talked about in the last video, I am resuming my life, including some health checks. And I don't think I've talked about this much before, but about 4.5 years ago, I had a vitrectomy. What's a vitrectomy? Well, basically what they do is they remove the vitreous fluid from your eyeball and they fill it up with gas, and then you have to spend 3 days on your belly for extended periods of time over that 3 days to recover, to make sure your eyeball doesn't collapse. I think that's how it works.
You spent 3 days on one of those massage tables where you had your face,
yes.
There was a face hole, and you were watching a whole bunch of crappy TV shows.
And drinking heavily.
And drinking through a straw.
Yes, exactly. So why did I need the vitrectomy? I had what's called a macular hole. As we age, our vitreous starts to pull away, and you've probably heard of a retinal detachment. If it sticks in the retinal portion of it, then it creates a retinal detachment. If it sticks in your macula, it creates a hole, and it makes it so that you miss the center of your vision. It disappears. This doesn't typically happen unless you're over the age of 65 or so. For my identical twin sister, it happened in her right eye when she was 45, and it happened in my left eye when I was 46. So about 18 months later. When I found out that Sherry had this, and I heard about the surgery, and that you have to catch it within the first 6 months, otherwise you lose your vision 100%, and you can't correct it, I started panicking, and I was to the eye doctor about every 3 months. And in October, I think it was of 2016, finally, my doctor, we were doing the exam, and she basically started to cry. And I'm like, what's wrong? Is it, do I have a macular hole? And she said, yes. And I said, why are you crying? Because we knew what the treatment was. It couldn't have been around for more than 3 months, so we were still within that 6-month window. And she said, I'm concerned about your ability to fly, because she knows how much I love flying helicopters. Well, I did some research, and I found out that even if I can't pass my flight medical because of the macular hole and maybe some reduced vision, I can fly on a flight instructor's flight medical. So I can still fly. And so once I told her that, she was much relieved. We went ahead and we scheduled my vitrectomy. I know it sounds like a vasectomy, but it's in the eye and not down there where I don't even have the right body parts. And the specialist that I went to within Palo Alto Medical Foundation is a guy named Dr. Rahimy. We actually call him Dreamy Rahimy because he's so dang cute. And there could be worse people to have to go see every 6 months after the surgery, and that's how frequently I have to follow up. After a vitrectomy, you are 100% guaranteed to get... Wait,
you're just glossing over the whole Dreamy Rahimy thing?
If you have any retinal issues and you happen to be in the San Francisco Bay Area, Dr. Rahimy is incredibly well qualified and experienced, and not hard to look at. So, yeah. How much more do you want me to say about that?
I don't know. I just always found it very entertaining when you called your doctor Dreamy.
Well, Dad thinks he's pretty dreamy and said he'd bat for the other team if if the opportunity presented itself. So anyway, so I've been going in, and last year or the year before, I can't even remember, the cataract was developing. It was impacting my ability to drive at night, impacting, more importantly, my ability to see the ball when I play tennis at night. I can't play tennis at night right now. It even impacts my ability to see the ball during the daylight. So I finally got up the courage last March before the lockdown. I actually had a cataract assessment appointment, canceled it, pushed it to June, canceled it again, finally had the appointment last week. And my sister had her cataract surgery over the summer. And it's, even though we don't talk, I did reach out to her last week to find out what she had done, because she's kind of my control. She's having these...
The guinea pig.
Well, when we were playing soccer, her knees started to go, and she had 2 surgeries on one knee and one on the other, at which point I was like, I'm hanging up my cleats. So the eye thing, once she had the macular hole, I knew to look out for it, you know, so I was able to be on top of that. And the cataract surgery, same thing. So, so now it's just a matter of figuring out, I'm going to get a second opinion, because with the macular hole, with being only 50, doing the cataract surgery, with my eyes being as nearsighted as I am.
You're fucking blind.
Yeah. There are a number of different things that make it really, make me an interesting case. I was playing tennis with someone the other day who had a son who had some issues, and they went into the Mayo Clinic, and basically they said, you never want to be the interesting case. You want to be the most boring, most straightforward. Well, so I'm going to get a second opinion, and hopefully I can get this scheduled in Q1, and then I will be able to get back out onto the tennis court at night. I will have fewer problems driving at night, and I also might not be wearing glasses any longer. I'll have to wear contact in my right eye, but in my left eye, they should be able to correct the vision, and I'm a little afraid of that. I have not worn glasses every single day for so many years that it's part of how I see myself when I look in the mirror. I feel like I look naked, and I have way too much of my face that's exposed when I don't wear glasses. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm a little nervous about that.
Blue light glasses.
Oh, and then because I have beautiful frames, and I don't want to not be able to wear them, but I guess I can have the choice whether I choose to wear them or not wear them.
Yeah, just wear fashion glasses.
You wear fashion glasses.
Like these ones.
Are those really fashionable?
Excuse me.
So anyway, I will report back and let you know how this is going to go. The vitrectomy. The surgery was relatively easy. I was nervous when I went into it because I'm rarely in the doctor's office. I'm rarely having any sort of surgical procedures, and I was just really, really nervous about it. It turned out it was fine. But the recovery, I had to spend 50 out of every 60 minutes face down on this massage table. I slept on it at night. I slept on it, during the day. As Finn said, I set up my iPad on a little stool where I stuck my head through the massage table. I think I rewatched all of Veronica Mars. I watched Grace and Frankie. The stupider, the better. My sister apparently couldn't watch anything. Every doctor is going to be a little bit different. My doctor said, yeah, you can watch something. You can read whatever you're comfortable doing. I could not see out of that eye for several weeks as the gas bubble receded. It was cloudy, so it's not like I could, I couldn't see out of the eye. And as it receded from the bottom up because of the way that it's twisted upside down. Oh, it was crazy. And yes, I decided why do it sober. So yes, I did drink champagne and wine out of a straw throughout most of the time. But, after 3 days, I had to have a massage. Man, all I can say is if you haven't spent 3 days face down, your chin and your chest, after a while, it starts to hurt. Your lower back starts to hurt. Your upper back starts to hurt. I asked my sister about the recovery from the cataract. She says it was much easier than the vitrectomy, thank goodness. But she said she did experience some pain, which is interesting because my mom and dad had cataract surgery and experienced no pain or discomfort. I'm looking at the PanOptix multi-focus lens. My sister did the single focus. She was also half as blind as I was. So she went through Kaiser. I'm going through a specialist in Los Altos, unless the second opinion at Palo Alto Medical Foundation is different. So anyway, am I afraid of COVID or anything else? Nope. Although at the doctor's office last week, there were seriously a lot of people. And it was at that time I was like, as I talked about in Tuesday's video, I was like, why am I holding off on things? Why am I putting my life on hold? And so I'm going to move forward with this. And with that, any other comments from over there?
No, I don't remember very much about when you were on the table. I just remember you were always there and you were always watching something.
Yeah, well, I don't sit still well. I move, I need to be doing something, and I was unable to do anything other than that.
I would just listen to a whole bunch of audiobooks. But
you play cards when you listen to audiobooks, so you needed something to do with your hands.
I'd probably just get a fidget or something from my hands.
So
I get what you mean.
It was just hard to sit still, on a table face down. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you know of anybody else who needs to know more about the vitrectomy at Macular Hole, obviously I'm sharing it through my lived experience, not through anything as a medical expert, as was very obvious from the non-technical terms that I used. I'll be sharing more as I learn about what my cataract surgery is going to look like, and what's up next in terms of taking care of my health this year, in order to catch up from whatever destruction happened this past year under COVID. With that, let go of perfection, take some risks, and above all else, have some fun.